first half, really that first quarter, we came out and I thought we didn't look like us. I don't think we ran like we have been. Um, I don't think we certainly didn't execute like we have been. Um, Defensively, didn't execute like we wanted to, like we have been. Just didn't look like us. Didn't look like us running the football. Didn't look like us in the back end. And then offensively, balls on the ground. Couldn't get the run game going. Um, Hard time protecting early. I think in the second half we started to look like us. I saw the leadership take over. I saw guys sprinting off the field. I saw our special teams look like special teams that we're used to. Offensively, certainly executed better. Couldn't couldn't finish at times. Two ways to look at it. One, that's a really good football team, and we're not there at that level yet. The other way to look at it as is that as a program, we're going to be in that situation again. And I told our team just now, and I truly believe this, as a program, we're going to be in that same exact situation again. And maybe this year, it may not be. As I've said before, as a program, we'll get there as fast as we possibly can. And tonight you saw a team that will fight, but the margins against another really, really good football team are really, really tight. And they're really, really small. And we didn't win in the margins. We gave up too many explosives on defense. 16. We didn't have enough explosives on offense, and we couldn't run the football efficiently enough on offense to be able to sustain drives. You're living and dying with explosives, and that's a tough, tough place to live. Anybody that's watched us play that knows what we hang our hat on. It's the ability to run the ball, and when you can't get chunks and be able to efficiently move the sticks, it's really, really hard. So that's where we are right now. For us as a program, that was obviously humbling. We've got to be able to reset and play the next one. I will say this, the way that these guys handled the second half, the way that they fought, the end result wasn't what we wanted. And it certainly isn't what we expect as a program. But I am proud of the stinking fight of that group. I am proud of the resiliency of that group. Ain't nobody pointing the finger. There ain't nobody blaming anybody. Ultimately, my job is to have us more ready to play than that. And I failed tonight. And I'll own that and I'll be better. But as a program, we will be in that situation again. Maybe this year, maybe next year. But whenever we are going to be in that situation again, my job is to make sure that we're more ready than we were tonight. So I'll open it up.
Coach, Coach, let's talk about Carson Beck. Did he come as advertised? The guy obviously had three passing touchdowns, a lot of yards, and he rushed as well. He's obviously one of the bigger premier quarterbacks. What are your thoughts about Carson Beck's overall performance?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was advertised as. The young man's lost 3 games in his college career.
Okay.
He's tough. He's gritty. Thought he was super accurate tonight. I thought the times he had to pull the ball and run the ball, he did a phenomenal job. I think that young man's really, really good. Certainly really tough, accurate, got a really good command of the offense. He's a really good football player.
You talked about the team not being prepared to play early in the game. There's been a lot of accolades the past couple of weeks after what you guys had accomplished. Is that a question at all of not handling the success, or is it more just Miami's talent level?
Yeah, sure. I never said the team wasn't prepared to play. You just said that. I never said that.
I thought you said you didn't have them prepared to play, and that was your fault.
Yeah, that's also not what I said. What I said was we didn't look like us early in that game. Obviously, something along the prep didn't allow us to look like what we should look like, which is fast, explosive, hustle on and off the field, gang tackle on defense, strain like crazy on offense, catch the ball, cover on special teams like we've been known to do. I think we were prepared. We didn't handle it well in the first half. In terms of the accolades, again, I think for us as a program, that's part of what comes with success, and we have to be able to handle that. If we're truly a process driven program rather than a result driven program, which I truly believe we are, then the next time we get the situation, we'll handle it better. In terms of being prepared, I wouldn't say we weren't prepared, but obviously somewhere in the prep, we didn't come out looking like we should. So that part is on me.
It almost sounds like you're saying rather than being a step backward, this is a learning experience.
I think the biggest part of when you fail is the growth opportunity with it. Um, my hope is that at whatever point we're ready as a program, that is the expectation that we're going to go win that game. I said it 2 years ago. I said it last year. I'm saying it again. At whatever point we're ready as a program to go win that game, we will. Tonight we weren't.
So I want to ask you about Mark Fletcher Jr. I know he was able to beat you. He had quite a few touchdowns, pretty effective on the ground as well as the air. What are your thoughts about Mark Fletcher Jr. overall?
Mark Fletcher Jr. is a phenomenal running back.
Yeah.
Powerful, big. Are we going down their roster right now?
Well, right now, only just those two players.
Gotcha.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
he's a really good player.
Alex, what do you want to see out of your team and your leaders effective immediately?
Yeah, what I wanted to see out of them since we got going in January. Hold the entire program accountable for elite process daily. Hold the entire program accountable for how we work daily, for how we grow as a program in terms of leadership, accountability, connection, and then demand that we play with precision, speed, focus, violence like you're supposed to. And I truly believe they will.
Coach, the first two games, you were able to get the quarterback off his spot and make him uncomfortable. How disappointing was it tonight that you really couldn't do that back?
Yeah, really disappointing. I thought we were able to make them really, really comfortable all night. Thought the pocket was clean. Thought the few times early we were able to, between some blitz game and some twist game, we were able to affect him. But for the most part, he felt really comfortable. He got in a groove early, and we never really got him out of that groove.
Coach, in your estimation, did the rain delay in the first half have a major impact on your team?
I thought it gave us an opportunity to really look at what the heck was going on in terms of on both sides of the ball. Let us adjust a little bit in terms of what we were getting on both sides. I don't know if it had a big impact. I think it gave us an opportunity to kind of regroup. I thought coming back from the rain delay, I thought it all happened really fast for us. That stretch, there was no TV timeout, so it was just rolling back and forth. And I thought we handled that really, really poorly, that part. I thought we never got composed. I thought it wasn't until we got in at half that it was kind of like, all right, everybody just take a deep breath and settle down. That's the part that I'm so frustrated about is that stretch when we came out from the rain delay, it was almost like it happened too fast for us. I got to figure out why. Right now I don't have that answer for you, but I got to figure out what the heck it was that for us we couldn't like it. It was just happening too fast. Why that is, I would tell you probably my fault. I didn't have them ready coming out of there. I thought physically and mentally leaving the locker room, it felt like we were in a really good spot, but obviously not.
Coach, Miami basically stopped the run. How disappointed, not disappointed, but you're going against a really good team that made you one-dimensional. That's pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, for us, it offensively, it all starts with running the football. And when you can't and you're counting on explosives in the pass game, it's going to make it really hard. We want to be as balanced as imaginably possible. For us, the expectation will be that we can against that defense, especially that front. You've got to get in a groove, and you've got to get some tempo going, get those guys uncomfortable. And the few times we did, I thought we ran it decent. But to get in a true groove, we never did running the football. And when your quarterback is sitting back there and what we threw it 41 times, that's a lot. You want to be able to be a little bit more balanced, a lot more balanced. 41 out of 68 was a throw. You certainly want to run it more than you're throwing it.
Christian Neptune's made a big impact as a freshman, and he did it again tonight. What's allowing him to do this?
Yeah, one, he's an incredibly hard worker. He didn't get here till June, so he's been working overtime to get himself mentally and physically ready. Special young man though, incredibly hard worker. Has that room, Cody. They've grabbed him, brought him in, and have really poured into him. I think he's gonna continue to work really hard, but his future is incredibly bright here. Tough, smart, gritty. He's going to continue to get opportunities to help us win games.
So Coach, when you go ahead and summarize these first few weeks, great win with Boise State, really big one with Florida. How do you feel after the first three games? Obviously, you have some building blocks, stumbled a little bit down here, but don't you feel you have a lot more to look forward to as the year goes on?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll regroup. We'll clean it up. Just told these guys we're going to coach it really hard, just like we did last week and the week before. We got to regroup. It's been a physical 3 weeks. Been a grueling 3 weeks in terms of physicality.
Right.
Our guys have fought. It's a really cool locker room, man. It's a bunch of guys that I wish people can see the resiliency that group's been there. Like they've been through now the highs of college football and the rock bottom of college football.
Right.
Not just the last 3 weeks. For some of those guys, it's been a long time coming. And so it's not okay to lose. It's not okay to not meet our own expectations, but at the same time, it's a really long year. I just told these guys, like, there is not a locker room in the country I would rather be in. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I think whatever the narratives that are out there, we're building something incredibly special in Tampa. We're building a program that the entire country got to see this week, some of it, in terms of these stories that are in that locker room. Some really special young guys that know what's ahead. Got another non-conference game that we're going to pour everything we got into. We got to be really smart from a physicality standpoint in terms of how we continue to prepare. But I think we got a ton to look forward to. It's a really good football team that we have. We lost to a really good football team tonight. And I probably should have given them the credit, and I didn't. So that's on me. But they've put together, Mario's done a really good job. They're well coached, they're tough, they're gritty. What I said going into the game, the offensive and defensive lines are different, the quarterback's different. And they got wideouts that, holy smokes, tonight made plays all over the place. Running backs that are tough and gritty. it's a really good football team, and it's not okay to lose by any means, but we'll be in a situation again where we'll have a chance to come out on the other side if we're right. But we'll regroup. We'll go right back to work. I'm so encouraged by the love those guys have for each other. I'm so encouraged by the love that those guys have for their coaches. I'm so encouraged by the love the coaches have for those guys. It's a really neat group. There's 33 seniors that are going to go swing like crazy every week, and that part they can rest confidently in.
Chad, we'll go to questions from Zoom. We've got about half a dozen people on there. Go ahead and raise your hand. If you've got a question, we'll take the question on Zoom. Go ahead, Chad. All right, Joey, go ahead.
Alex, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned you're not at that level yet. Were you referring possibly to the line of scrimmage? Because as you indicated, Carson had a pretty clean pocket most of the night. It seemed they asserted themselves at the line of scrimmage pretty well.
Yeah, Joey, I would say we weren't at that level tonight. I think we've got some depth. We've got a bunch of guys that have played a bunch of football. Tonight we weren't on that level on the defensive front.
All right, Chris, your question.
Coach, obviously we talk about what happened tonight there for the Bulls. As far as this game in particular, the outcome of the game, was this more so on what Miami was able to do well or what South Florida wasn't able to do so well?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of both. I think that that's a really good football team that you were going to have to be really close to perfect in all three phases. Like I said earlier, the margins are really, really small when you're playing a really good football team that's well coached, that's tough, that's gritty, that's older, that's been there, done that. And we didn't win in the margins. We weren't good enough on either side on third down. We weren't good enough on either side in the red zone. We weren't good enough on either side running the football or stopping the run. And ultimately, those are the margins where we weren't good enough. But I think it was certainly a combination of both. Yeah.
That's all we've got online, Coach. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brian. Guys, phone you there. Yeah. Take a question for Jalen Shearer. Thanks.
What's your view, Jalen, of their offense and why they were so effective? Was it what they did or what you guys couldn't do?
I mean, it was a little bit of both. Yeah, Dofer, oh, my bad. Dofer, 350, and half of our running back rush for 120 or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's never going away. So, yeah, they were really good, and we were.
Coach seemed to think in the first half, he said it wasn't us, you weren't running, you weren't hitting, but the second half the effort picked up, but you think in the first half it just couldn't get into the flow of the game?
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if this has something to do with how we prepared this week or whatever leading up to the game. We just came out flat, and you can't do that against a team like Miami.
Did you use that break? Perhaps you're thinking it's 14-3 at the time, early second quarter, and you're thinking, okay, let's go ahead and start this over. Was that kind of the feeling coming out in the locker room after the line?
Yeah, initially that's what we wanted, but obviously it didn't shake out that way.
What's the message? You're one of the leaders on this team here. Is it flush it and let's get on to South Carolina State, or are there a couple things that really might have bothered you from today?
You gotta take the wins like the losses, and you know what I'm saying. So the Florida game, Boise game, by Sunday, you put it to bed and get ready for the next week. So same thing. Look at it tomorrow. See what worked, what didn't, fix it, and then put it to bed. But the main thing I try to emphasize throughout the group and throughout the team is just that ain't nothing gonna change. Like the way we love each other, the way we play for each other, the brotherhood we got, that can't change just from a loss. You know what I'm saying?
Which is what has to have everybody in your locker room feeling pretty good because you have that togetherness, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. And I feel like that's gonna be the biggest difference between us this season and the previous seasons. Like I was part of that 1-11 team. You know what I'm saying? So I seen when stuff go bad, everybody, you know what I'm saying, fall out. But we stay together and we keep preparing the way we know and keep everything exactly the same as far as internally, we'll be all right.
Jalen, obviously, as we all know, you guys have played the toughest non-conference schedule in America in the first 3 weeks. Every game's been very physical. Has there been you've been asked to do a lot. Is there a cumulative effect where, just maybe couldn't get that push tonight because you guys have been pounded for a while now?
I mean, wear and tear gonna come throughout the season regardless of who you play, honestly. So I can't really say that I can't really include that as a factor of, you know what I'm saying? What,
You know, like a tired team tonight or anything like that?
yeah, no, I can't put it on that. That's excuse. No, we don't.
First two games you were able to get off the field on third down. Big problem was just couldn't get off the field on third down, especially those first two series.
Yeah.
How much did that weigh on you?
Well, ultimately it starts on first down. Like we can't. It's hard to get people off the field on third when it's third and short, third and medium, because you know what I'm saying. You're at the mercy of the offense. Like they can throw it, run, and do whatever they want. So honestly, I feel like we didn't play good enough on first and second down to get into those third and longs. And the majority of the time when we did, we got off the field.
Coach always talks about first down being that most important down. Is that true?
Yes, for sure. You stone people on first down, get them to second and long. If they want to throw it, try to get an incomplete pass, third and long, and they run it, stomp them again, and then we get into the third down and long that we want.
Chad, any questions online? No questions. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Jalen.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Chad Nimrod for 128 yards receiving tonight. Questions?
What about the way the game started, Chaz? You guys hit a few explosives here and there, but you couldn't finish. Was it just a little bit out of sync and couldn't finish drives like you had been doing?
Yeah. I mean, it also looked like they just mentioned the first play, the drive. It's huge momentum for getting the drive started, but yeah, we just got to work on keeping not being up and down, just being consistent, play in, play out every drive.
How do you balance the fact that that's a really, really good football team you played versus, you guys feel like you should have played better? I mean, it's tough to beat for anyone to beat those guys.
Yeah.
So how do you view it? Is it more like, man, we should have done more, or we got to tip our hat to these guys?
I mean, just use it as like a learning experience, and you can kind of reflect on it in all aspects of you can tip your hat to them, like, yes, they were a good football team, and then you can use it and reflect on it and go back to think about what you did during the week, the process, how our process was throughout the week. So you can use that, go back to that, and then just use it as a learning experience, learning lesson. Go back, watch the film, learn from your mistakes, everything that you did, and just move on from it, move on next week.
Did Miami do anything you didn't expect tonight on defense?
No, sir, they did. They were basically themselves all night. So, and our coaches did a good job of giving us a scouting report and stuff, watching film throughout the week with quarterbacks and stuff. So we were pretty prepared in that aspect of things.
The fact that you couldn't run the football and they're sitting back there playing pass, that makes for a long evening, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely.
Coach Golesh was saying he felt like in the first half it wasn't us. He said we were running like we were. The effort got better in the second half. Is that the way you saw it? And what did you see in the second half when, the score was a little out there, but you guys were still fighting?
Yeah, the second half, I mean, everybody keeps swinging. We were really out there showing our identity, our brotherhood. That's what we were out there playing for. We were out there playing for ourselves. Yeah, score, but at that point you just have to go out there and play for yourself, play for your brothers, show your identity and who you are, put it on tape.
So one of your fellow receivers, Christian Neptune, he's made a big impact this year.
Mm-hmm.
Had a really good game tonight. What is it about this guy? I mean, not, you know, a lot of freshmen don't make as near this impact. What is it about this kid that's caught your eye?
He practices really hard, like how you practice, how you play, everything. Like you don't just like not do things in practice and show up game day and start doing them. Like and just watching him in practice a lot, like every rep catching the ball, like getting a burst, like 5, 10 yard bursts. It's like every rep, like blocking, like even when the scout team isn't giving like crazy look, like I'll hear him out there, like be like, sorry, I just gotta get my look. And it's really like it's nice to have him out there because like it keeps me in check. It's an older guy because like if a freshman's out there going hard, giving it his all, like why like would I not be doing the same thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a blessing having him on the team. He's a really good football player. Like it'll be cool to see what he does like in his college career.
Yeah. An unusual freshman, right? To come in and do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, very. I mean, yeah, very unusual. Like you normally get like a couple every year that across the country that can like come in and play and make a big impact on the team.
Chance, what do you and the rest of your offense have to do to have more consistent down-to-down success on a regular basis?
Be more in tune with the details for sure. Because I mean, I'll go back to what the coaches say. Like everybody runs the same plays. Like I mean, like hold the film. Like we're running the same plays like Miami down here. Like excuse me, but really just the details. Go back and on Tuesday, just really go out and practice and be like invested in the details, play in and play out, and hold each other accountable, and just keep our heads up.
This is your first year with USF. How could you describe the leadership from the players in the locker room of this team?
It's really good. I mean, coming in, like it definitely not coming off guard a little, but like it was like I was like, okay, like this is like how things are. Like they're very serious about how they go about everything. Like the leaders are leading, and like you can see that like in the locker room, we're all pretty close together. It's cool.
And because of that, will this be an easy one to flush and just move on with it? You know,
I'd assume,
think, yeah.
yeah, I'd assume so. Yeah, everybody in there, we all like kind of know what it is, and
Yeah.
like you can feel it. Like I'm big on like feeling like, energy and stuff from people, and you can kind of just feel it in the room. That it's like everybody's pretty calm. Like we know we just played a good football team, and there's lots to learn from. So it'd be pretty easy.
Pretty much how you've handled things from the get-go, kind of business-like, and okay, let's,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chance.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Is that the show?
I was informed.
I should know.
We got somebody else, Avery?
Oh.
So about our motion. Coach Golesh said in the first half, what he said is it wasn't us. He didn't have the same kind of vibe that you've had the first 2 weeks, so weren't running the same way. Did you feel like it was kind of, you guys had trouble getting into the game, the flow of it in the first half?
Oh yeah, just wasn't our brand of football. You know, I don't know what else to say besides that. It just wasn't our brand of football.
And you just couldn't get ahead of the sticks on first down. Was that offensively? Just couldn't get yourself in good down and distance situations. Is that what was the biggest culprit offensively?
Execution details, stuff that we harp on every week. Just weren't doing that early in the game.
So kind of a situation that maybe snowballed a little bit on you then before you were able to, you actually got into a nice rhythm in the second half. You guys were really battling in the second half, but maybe that what you just described maybe snowballed a little bit the rest of the first half or not.
Just gotta nip it in the bud right there, regroup, and get back to our brand of football, our way we play, our way that we play. That's really it. Yeah.
What do you see from the locker room? The vibe. What kind of feeling are you getting with how everybody's reacting to this and what they want to do moving forward?
Funny enough, it's the exact same way we react to a win. We'll learn from it today. Tomorrow, look over it, on to the next game.
Yeah. So,
So
a good sign, right?
learn and regroup. That's been the motto, and everybody's been, chanting that in the locker room.
Early in the game, they scored twice, you scored twice, but yours are field goals. How important is to get it into the end zone?
Extremely important. That's why you play the game. You gotta get 6 points, 7 with the extra point. So uh, can't really um, have to finish drives in the red zone. Have to.
Not making excuses, but that's the number 5 team in the country. They're there for a reason. There's athletes all over the place. How important was it to get that ground game going, and you couldn't?
They're a really good team, but we really just shot ourselves in the foot. You gotta just hone in on little details, and just play our brand of football. That's all it boils down to.
Carter, how big of a deep threat has Chaz Nimrod become for you? You've hit a number of big plays with him and some more tonight. Is he just really a guy that's extremely been reliable and could be a threat, the rest of the way for him to just get behind and open up the defense a little bit?
100%. Chad has been the same guy since he's gotten here, and y'all are just now seeing, but it's not a surprise to us.
And you're another receiver, Tristan Neptune, young guy that's made a big impact on a good game tonight. Not every freshman can do this. What is it about this kid that makes him, such a contributor early on in his career?
He's a baller. Get the ball in his hands and make plays, and that's my job to do that, and he does the rest.
How did the rain delay affect you guys as an offensive unit?
I wouldn't say it really affected us. Came back in here a little long, but came back out. I'm pretty sure we hit on a deep pass right out the gate, so I don't think it affected us too much.
Thank you, Parno.
Thanks so much. Good Wolves.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.